whatchamacallit? Pokemon.
Oh, yeah, the raids and stuff.
Good to see my ugly face right here.
Ooh.
Let's do this!
All right. TNTM the Show presents Comicast 291 with your host, the amazing Winter Soldier, Pablo Gunner.
Das Winter Soldier!
And I am JD. I am Spidey today.
Yes.
And we are Talk Nerdy to Me. We are here to talk nerdy to you about the week comics of, what is it, the 21st of June, 2017.
Yes, we are.
And like always, we will be giving away digital codes. We will give away some digital codes via audio. So if you're listening to us on podcasts, you can pick up those codes. Or we'll be doing it via videos so that you'll have to watch this thing and see our ugly mugs and his sexy arm over here, man. Yeah.
They're getting small. I haven't been lifting as much. I can see they're not as big.
But we have our own grading scale here. Buy, skim, pass with variations on buy and skim. And strong buy, weak buy, strong skim, weak skim, pass, of course, pass. And then, of course, our best book of the week, our B-Bow, our back and bag of the week, where we take that board and bag and just slip the comic in there and let it collect value. So, yeah.
And then when we have a timer.
Oh, yeah.
2 minutes for if both of us are reviewing it. 1 minute if one of us is reviewing it. And here's what I have this week. I'll give it a hint. It's anime. So great. So yeah, if you know it, hit me up on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook,
all our
Instagram, social medias, website, it doesn't matter. Hit us up and I'll hook you up with a free digital code if you know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody, anyone, you know.
So we are talking nerdy to me, so let's talk nerdy to you for a moment. And we're going to do that by saying, hey, we got some new Pokemon stuff.
Yes. You probably know better than I, right?
Not really. I haven't had too much experience with it. There's a couple of gyms by my house. But what there is that there's a new gym system. And there's a raid system, which I have yet to be a part of because they're just not for my team around my location.
Okay.
But the gyms have been rehashed. There's a completely different gym set there. Your Pokemon's not like staying there until he's beat. You stay there until he's out of life energy. So you get so many coins per day for hour, so forth and so on. It's just a nice revamping of the gym system.
Okay, cool. Right on. Yeah, that's what it seems like. It's just mostly for the gyms and stuff like that. You can do more team activity type stuff too. So it's not exactly the update I wanted because I wanted something that
wanted where I can battle this guy right here sitting in the same room.
Exactly.
That's what I want. And then if I want to trade with him, I want to trade with him.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, trades. And then just being able to battle other Pokemon out in public.
What they could do with that instead is just have Team Rocket members floating around your map. And you go up to them, you select them, you battle them, and then they either give you some candy or whatever, Or even a Pokemon, maybe. I mean, it'd be pretty cool.
So, yeah, I mean, I think with time, we'll see. Media Glitch, actually, Cody, he's the one that actually has the huge update. So if you want more information, if he knows it all, it's like a good, solid, 10-minute video, I think, where he goes in very in-depth on all of it. He's still pretty hardcore. So check out that Media Glitch video because it's pretty solid on the further update of that. Like I said last week, Watch Dogs is now free to download.
And it's either this
on Xbox Live Gold
Tuesday or this Tuesday that the Marvel Heroes Omega comes out for Xbox.
Okay.
So I haven't got confirmation yet because I don't have an Xbox, but still free to play game, Marvel Heroes Omega, check it out.
All right, cool. Yeah, we'll have to maybe we should do some gameplay of that too.
Yeah. What else we got going on?
And I'll be throwing Killing Floor 2 up.
I'm horrible.
The night that we are recording this.
I'm horrible.
So, hey, so much.
It's a game. It was free.
Cool. Do we have any other news? I mean, there's Spider-Man coming out soon. Obviously, that's why they have that promo over at
the first reviews are actually dropping today, and there's nothing but praise about this movie.
Okay.
Nothing but praise. And, of course, hints of several after credits scenes.
Right.
So, take it is what it is. What else? there's not too much that came out of the box office this weekend.
Oh, with Transformers, I think, right? Did that come out?
Yeah.
I heard that's done the worst it's ever done, though.
Let me put it this way. My kids loved it.
My wife should love it then.
It's a piece of trash, though.
Oh, okay. I mean, well, then she probably will love it.
It's horrible.
Okay.
I mean, it's not good.
The last one was pretty bad, so
this one takes it, man.
Takes the cake,
It takes it.
Okay.
When you mix Transformers and then human history, it doesn't always go well.
All right. Okay.
And it's the same thing over and over again. There's something on Earth that's bringing the Transformers here. First, it was the Allspark. Then it was the Matrix of Leadership. And then it was the Scar Bridge. And then what was the one in Age of Extensions? Was it the Grimlock or
I don't know.
Not about there was some MacGuffin there. It's the same thing. It's Merlin's staff. Big freaking deal.
Okay.
I mean, it's the same old Transformers movie. So we might waste our time and review it here in the near future.
And Mummy bombed too pretty hard.
I've seen that one. That was, yeah.
The wife still wants to go see it even though it's bombed, and I'm like, okay, fine. Although
it sets up the Dark Universe very well, but that's it.
Okay.
I mean, the Dark Universe is basically Dr. Jekyll, the Mummy, which is Tom Cruise, the Invisible Man, which is Johnny Depp, and I think they have the Monster of Frankenstein, I think. But in the movie, they do hint at the Creature from the Black Lagoon, Dracula, and several other things. So they're building a dark universe.
Okay.
So it is what it is.
All right, cool. You ready to?
We're ready to
talk
jump into
some comics.
Some
Comics. All right. Let's see here. Damn. All right. So it's the Black Monday Murders, number 6. I think this is the last one I'm getting, and then I'm switching to trade.
Okay.
It is words by Jonathan Hickman, art by Tom Cocker, colors by Michael Garland, letters by Russ Wooton.
So this is by Hickman?
Yes.
Dang, I think he's in Vegas this weekend for a con.
Oh yeah, they have the amazing Vegas Con or Las Vegas Con or Comic Con.
So, if you're in Vegas, check out Hickman and say that we're checking out his work and stuff.
For sure. So yeah, it's this old man and this detective, and they're talking, and he's like, "Okay, well, what got you into this?" And he's like, "Well, I was working on a paper because I was like, this is how we fix our economics so that the 1% aren't, getting richer and the poor or the middle class is getting poorer, like
we are now.
Let's yeah, exactly. He's like, let's make that gap less, right? And he created this thing. He's like, but in doing so, he found out that there's people that control this, and that's why it's never going to work and stuff like that. And you find out that like there's these people, and I was like, this one girl's like, oh, those better be, she's shooting at her, and she's like, those better be silver bullets. Otherwise, that's not going to do nothing. She's like, it's still going to hurt. And I'm like, are there werewolves in this? So it seems like there's like these gods, there's this lady that like, she's creating these weird alien symbols with people's blood and stuff. And yeah.
That's like extremely way off the wall. But it sounds like the collective story will be fantastic in trade.
Oh, for sure. Like, it is definitely expanding on that story. And they added that element where I was like, do we have werewolves in this? Like, what's going on? But like I said, there's still that, like, alien element, too, that's been from the beginning. So it's interesting. I love it. I'll give it a strong buy, but not quite a contender because I know it would be way better in trade.
Oh, yeah, because you get more of the story.
And it just looks superb.
Right. Next up, you got some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles universe.
Number 11. It's $4.99. It's one story this time.
Yeah, I picked it up and I didn't get a chance to read it.
Dang.
I know.
Writer is Rich Douek. Artist Aaron Conley or Aaron. Colorist Trayona Farrell. And so what we have here is we have the manta ray dude, and then we have I don't know if it's like the cat lady. And they're going out to the Jersey woods to find some monster.
So the Jersey Devil.
Yeah, and they're trying to recruit him.
They're going to recruit the Jersey Devil?
Yes, they're trying to recruit him for the mutanimals. And then they find out that there's these other soldiers that are hired by that one girl that looks like the devil. Nell, I think her name is. and they can turn into like big old wolves or and stuff. And so they have a pack of them. They have like these packs on. It's so cool. They're human, but they can transform and then transform back. And so they catch them because they recruited them. And so they're like, oh, hey, now we're going to get like a bonus because we can get all 3 of them. And so they do get Manta Ray, but then they're like, hey, we need to go save them and stuff. And they're like, hey, I don't even know this guy and stuff. They end up stealing their like armored vehicle. And they all get away and stuff, but he's like, hey, I'm better on my own. Thing is, they kind of have something. Well, Manta Ray has something against him because he used to be human. And, even like Hobbs, like, yeah, we can't trust them because they're human.
Humans.
Yeah.
Humans!
They're humans originally. I like this one a lot just because it's a one-shot, and it was one straight through.
So good jumping on point?
Yes, great. Well, I feel like any of them you can – well, not any of them because they do have connecting stories. But, yes, great jumping on point, one-shot, perfect. This is what I want from this book. More stuff like this. So, strong buy, and I would even say it's a contender.
All right.
I didn't read this one, so this is all you.
Yeah, I did read this one.
It's Green Lanterns, number 25. It's $3.99. Sam Humphries as the writer.
Yep. Robinson Roca as the pencils. Dino Henriquez as the inks, and Alex Salazados as the colors. And this is the return of the first Lantern. So we have Simon and Jessica kind of getting into the vault, the Green Lantern vault. And they're met by another Green Lantern that's kind of attacks them for a second, but then recognizes them. And Vathum inside of Ganthet's body is just kind of, mops the floor with him. And we get a little bit of backstory on some of the first Lanterns, the first 7 green rings. And then, of course, Vathum, or Ganthet, whatever you want to call him, he gets the first ring, which is like a multi-spectrum one, much like the Phantom ring. And, he gets a hold of it and becomes his own form, gets out of the Guardian and has his own form. And again, we get like a Martian that had, a Green Lantern ring, and they try and imprison the Vathum. It's really weird. It comes into this nice little fight between the Jessica Cruz and Vathum. And we'll see where that leads off to next time, because Simon's ring got damaged, and Jessica's ring is supposed to be taking him out of there. And at the same time, Jessica's ring is taking him out of there. Vathum's commanding it to do something else. And it's just really, really weird. So that would be your book face, buddy. So anyway, I thought it was a pretty good book. The art was a little bit different, but it was still a welcome change. The storyline is finally picking up for where the first Lantern, Vathum storyline, where he's been hiding in the Guardian for a long time. So great book. Pick it up.
Strong buy, contender. Yep. It looks amazing visually. I might do a written review.
Yeah, definitely read it at the very least.
Oh, for sure. I'll definitely read it. There's no doubt about that. Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Man #1 is next.
You're not a Spider-Man fan, are you?
Oh, I know. I love Spider-Man. I love Spider-Man.
But like the newer books, you haven't really been a fan of.
No, I haven't. Well, it's because of Slott. I don't like his style of writing. I feel like he writes for kids, which isn't entirely horrible, since if that's your audience. This is Chip Zdarsky writing. That's #1 reason I picked it up. Yep. Adam Kubert is the artist. I didn't realize that. Knocks it out of the park. Jordi Belair, color artist. She's always amazing.
And of course, Spider-Man is created by Stan Lee and Steve Ditko.
Yes. So, yeah. This one, your #1 thing you said was...
Dude, it's companions, man. He talks to everybody. This is a really emotional and, eye-opening thing. This is back to basics, really.
It does feel a lot like that, but at the same time, it also is, I don't know, Spider-Man is different than he was.
Yeah.
And because now that he has this company, he really doesn't have time, and he's like, he can go anywhere and do anything, right?
Yeah.
And so because of that, like, he sets up this mandate with Johnny Storm, which has like the flame. I didn't even know it was him at first.
Me either.
I was like, is this Cannonball? Who is this? But he didn't have the accent, and then they I don't know if they I know they eventually got to it, but it took a little bit. You did say it's really wordy, so that it is.
Oh yeah.
I think it fits though because that's Peter, and I like the way
Spider-Man
this
gets
is done.
Date, man. Spider-Man gets a date.
He gets a Spider-Man himself, not Peter Parker. Yeah. Black Widow attacks him. Yeah, this is just like it's almost like a compilation sort of.
And then we have the Tinker's brother in this. He's like they're introducing him to be able to do more stuff with tech.
Yeah, for his company and stuff. So he kind of, like I said, he kind of sucks as a friend because he sets up this date with Johnny and then he bails on it because he's like, oh, I have to go do this thing out of state or out of the city. So he flies out there and does that. And then Johnny ends up with his hermana.
Yeah.
And so that's an old thread from a graphic novel, which I believe the artist was Gabriel Delato or Dolotto or something like that.
I can't remember it.
And it was with Kingpin, I think, too. So, but it wasn't real. Like, it wasn't really his hermana. But, you never know. I haven't read Spider-Man in a while. I love this one. Stuffs up a lot of multiple things. Yeah. And I love that. That was superb.
I love this book. It's a strong buy. It's a contender. This is how Spider-Man should be.
Yes.
This is what I want out of my Spidey.
Me too.
I mean, granted, I can still deal with some Ben Reilly, but this is what I want out of my Spidey.
Same here. Strong buy, and it's a contender. I have a digital code that I'm going to read off. F for Familia, C for Carlos, M for Marcos, 0, T for Tomas, 3, Y for Yucca, L for Lopez, 4, Y for Yucca, Z for Zorro, and X for Javier. That's Xavier.
All right, next up we have Iceman, numero dos, number 2, written by Sina Grace, Edgar Salza, and Ibrahim Robertson are the pencils. Ed Tadeo and Ibrahim Robertson is the inker, and the colorist is Rochelle Rosenberg. There we go. Yeah.
Yes.
All right, cool. So we're still sticking with Bobby.
Bobby's teaching the class, and then he's like, hey, I got to go on this mission. He's all excited. He gets in the X-Jet.
And it's his ex.
And it's X, Kitty Pryde. And he's like, oh, God, this is a long ride.
It's awkward.
Of course, she did it on purpose because she wants to talk. Something happens. They go to a New Mutant, but his powers are going out of whack, so it knocks the X-Jet out of the air. He uses a slide to make a thing, and then he uses the snow as a
landing crash pad. Yeah.
Yeah. Then they go find this kid. It's a small town, so they're all attacking this kid, and they're like, let us handle it the way we want.
And all he's doing is creating EMPs and shutting down the electronics, okay? Taking them back to the Stone Age. He's boosting power. He's boosting their powers, too, because, Iceman tries to use this, and he creates this giant wall, and he was just trying to do something small. And then Kitty, her phasing powers are out of whack. Yep.
And
so Bobby just kind of beats the hell out of him.
He just knocks him out. I love when I just love his powers because with the snow people, he makes
so
little
fun in
snow
Marvel
armor.
Heroes, man. So fun.
Oh man, it's so great. Yeah. And I just love this team. It just works great. Everyone's covered in snow. Yeah. They go back, and he has it creates his lesson. He does a lesson out of it.
And of course, she wanted to ask him about his gayness and stuff. I mean, seriously, she's like,
no, it just sounded funny the way you said it.
I mean, that's just the reality of it.
No, I know it is. It just sounded funny.
I mean, it's Kitty's.
She puts it out in the open.
She puts it out. Or they used to put it out,
So, but yeah.
I mean, she just wants some clarity. Hey, did I do this?
Was it my fault?
Was it me? I mean,
yeah. You always gotta wonder.
I'm just joking around. Really.
You always gotta wonder if you're the person that afterwards to go dang it, was it my fault? Hey, you never know.
This is telling, but I mean, we're just joking around. I mean, this is a fantastic book. This is what we need out of Marvel. Some self-contained stories, some good writing and art with some human characteristics where we feel connected to the protagonist or the stars directly. I mean, strong buy contender for me.
For 100%. Sure, same here.
All right, and let's just do this. Hey, you check it out. You're gonna see this. You're going to have to flip it. Yeah, you're going to have to flip it.
It's going to take a little effort. There, yeah.
So if you've seen that, screenshot it, something. Digital code. Video only. Yeah. The video peoples are special.
Yes.
Getting that awesome code. All right, what do we got next?
Next, I didn't read this one either, so this is all you.
Which one was it?
Batman.
Number
25.
Did I read it?
Extra sized anniversary issue.
I think I will. Oh yeah, I did skim through this.
Okay.
It was the War of Jokes and Riddles, part 1, written by Tom King. Mikhail Jinin did the inks, colors, and cover, and Jun Chung did the colors. And it looks like it's Bruce and Selena kind of getting comfy. They get talked about. I think I'm skipping towards the end of the book where
That's all right. But this one seems like the beginning of the Joker versus Riddler.
Or the Joker and the Riddler.
Oh, and? Okay.
Yeah, because the Riddler kind of gets out and figures out one of the Joker's plots or whatnot, like a meeting place that he left for Batman. Batman didn't figure it out or didn't show up. And the Riddler kind of goes there and he's like, we kind of going to end up offing each other at the end of it all. So let's just kind of work together and get the bat, Jokes and riddles are fun. And Joker's like, yeah, sure, we'll do that. Boom! Nice. Straight shoots Edward and leaves him for dead. Of course, Edward kind of just gets up and walks away after a little bit, and suspenseful. But that's the short and simple of it. I mean, all in all, it's a fantastic book. The art is amazing. I love this art. The Joker is drawn in just the old gangster mobster way, and it's not like the comedy. It literally just, it's so good. This is exactly where where this comic needs to go from here. I hope this sets it up for a great run for this War of Jokes and Riddles. Strong buy contender.
Okay, yeah, looks like it visually, so cool. Luke Cage, number 2. We have David F. Walker as a writer, Nelson Blake the second or 2 as the artist, Marcio color artist. Yeah, is this you too?
Yeah, it's you.
All right, cool. So this picks up pretty much where it left off. Luke Cage is bleeding out, but this guy has picked him up, and so he does have this thing to cauterize his wounds. And then that other gangster with the son, he has the assistant, and he's like, hey, make more of this drug to help my son. Here's this lab. I'm locking you in here and stuff. Luke Cage is trying to get to the bottom of this because this other guy, he's like, hey, I don't think he killed himself. And he's like, you think he's still alive? And he's like, I didn't say that. I just think that he didn't kill himself. I think it was a setup to make it look that way. Then he also shows him kind of the other family that he has, which is the other people that were experimented on by the same guy as him. And so they're like, yeah, there's more of us and stuff. You have like a little brother, So try to, keep that in mind. And then that lady does make another, like, not cure, but like temporary vaccine. And it turns that guy, because like they'll turn into like Rage-a-Halls, but it's actually made him worse, and it's kind of made him like the first experiment now. So yeah, it's phenomenal. It looks amazing. It fits perfect. It's really interesting. It's going deep into the Luke Cage world, doing something different, and I really like that. It's a strong buy, and it's
a contender, isn't it?
It's a contender. Yeah, yeah, it's a contender. Here's digital code. F for Familia, C for Carlos, and for Marcos, Q for Quintana, 9, A for Alamos, 6, T for Tomas, 1, 2, 9, E for
Eduardo.
With a U?
Eduardo. You said E.
U.
Oh, U for Umberto.
That's
or whatever.
Whatever.
Next up, we have Mighty Morphin Power Rangers numero 16, written by Cal Higgins. Hendry
Prasetya
did the illustrations, and colors by Matt Herms, letters by Ed Dukeshire, and then of course we have our adventures of Squat and Babu afterwards.
Yes.
Did you pick this up? Yes, we did. We both picked it up. Awesome.
Picked it up.
All right. So we got Draken, being surrendered the blue power coin by Billy, and just a lot happens here. They use something to like shock them and like get this dragon armor. It's really complicated and weird. The blue power coin comes into it, and they use the blue power coin to energize everything and accessing Billy's Zord and forming the Megazord. And I mean, it's the climax.
It's the moment we have all been waiting for. I've been waiting for it. I was like, it started so great because it was like Billy going, oh, so yeah, I like reverse engineered this thing, and Trini's in on it too, the other Trini. So she's doing it on her end as well, like you said, with all that stuff. So it works on both ends. And so they all work as a team to attack them. And that's the other thing. The Power Rangers are able to go. There's a portal, and so they go through and they help the armies defeat Lord Dracon. And it's awesome. And he's like, oh, you're weak. You have to use your friends. And he's like, that's fine if I have to depend on my friends. He's like, they're going to let you down. He's like, no,
Speak of the devil.
It's the other way around. But the ending is crazy because,
it's Tommy versus Tommy.
Well, not even that, but it looks like Lord Dracon got teleported somewhere else or someone else. I don't know. Or both. And then, the ongoing misadventures of Squat and Babu, which seems like they're continuing. I don't know. It didn't really flow well this time. I don't know what it was. Like,
it's only like 2 pages, but still.
But it wasn't bad, though. But
I like them Golars, man, getting sliced up.
This whole book was just so good.
This is what you want out of Power Rangers.
Get it and trade. Like if you have not read this by issues, get it and trade. It's great in issues.
No, it's fantastic.
I'm gonna say I don't know if it would be better in trade, but it's equally as good, I think. But if you have, like I'm just saying, if you haven't gotten it, strong buy contender without a doubt.
Then I'll concur with that 100%.
Shallow and pedantic.
Yeah, I find that shallow and pedantic.
Now it's All-Star Batman number 11,499, the first Ally Part 2, Scott Schneider script, Rafael Albuquerque's pencils, inks, cover, variant cover, Jory Belair colors, Steve Wands is letters. And so, oh man, I just love the way the narrative is done because it's actually done through Alfred and incorporates, like, he's like talking about how fearless his son is, how Bruce is, and Bruce getting out of the situation. And like, dude, it looks really, really bad for Bruce because Alfred messes up, or not messes up, but he's just not there. He's not able to get there in time. And I love how they actually see Bruce and they're like, oh, you're actually Batman. I can tell by the jawline. So you're a fake Bruce Wayne. And so like,
what?
Yeah.
You're a fake Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, and so it was so great. They're like, nice try, though. And then it goes into Alfred's like history as like spec ops for the British military, and then how he got recruited by MI5 and stuff. And it's just so great how it works like in tandem with this story. And Batman's facing off against this guy that kind of looks like a Black Knight and stuff. It's really cool. I just love love this art, man, because it really gives it voice. Like you can hear the different, voices of the characters, and it's done so well. And then there's this other story where it's him undercover as like a Russian mobster, but he's on this mission with this other chick who's like, she's the princess or whatever, and but she's like the daughter of the mobster's
enemy.
Like the lead mobster guy. And so she's killing dudes and he's trying not to. And she's like, but he's from Gotham. So they're like, you need to cut that stuff out because here in Russia,
you got to dice these guys.
Exactly. This is Russia.
In Russia, we kill everyone and ask questions never.
Yes. Love it. That's exactly like pretty much what it is. It's so good, man. I wonder though if we're gonna see like a Russian Batman, like with the kind of like from Red Sun, like where he wears the hat. Yeah,
nice.
That would be so great if they did a nod to that.
But this is my Arctic gear. It is cold in Russia, and we are going to Siberia and checking out the Chernobyl.
All right, well, it's a strong line. It's a contender. It's bloody brilliant.
It's a bloody brilliant with the rubles. Don't forget the rubles you paid. How much rubles you paid for it? It's $4.99? 4.99 rubles?
Yeah. All right.
I'm trying to see. Yeah, $4.99.
Next, it's Heathen by Vault, published by Vault, issue number 2. Natasha Alterici as the writing and art. Rachel Deering is letters.
You mean Natasha Alterici?
Alterici. So this one actually starts different. There's these two wolves, and they're talking to each other. They're talking about how the world's going to end. Then they see that horse, and they're like, "Oh, we're going to eat the horse." Well, one of the wolves gets stuck in like a bear trap, and then the horse helps it out because he's like, "Oh, hey, I got stuck in these once. I'll help you. I know how to, get out of these."
Do that.
And so they're like, "Oh, thank you for the help. We were going to eat you, but now we changed our minds." And he's like, "Thanks for changing your mind." They find out that the horse is not actually a horse. It's like this guardian spirit in the form of a horse. And so it's been doing that. Well, that girl, she gets into that place where that we talked about in the last issue, where it was that the Valkyrie leader, how she's like stuck in this kind of like a tomb or like inside of this fiery thing. And so if you have the courage, you can get through it. Like you have, it's a trial. Well, so this girl, she passed because she had no fear. So she's like, well, I can marry you now, so let's get out of here. And she's like, no, it's supposed to be a man. And she's like, well, I passed the test, so let's go, And she's like, okay, so they leave. And she's like, Odin's going to be pissed, though, that it didn't go the way he wanted it to go, So, and then, what's her name shows up? The wife. What's the wife? Freya. Freya shows up, titties and all, and
yeah, they're drawing the Norse goddesses voluptuously.
Yes, well, I mean, she's supposed to be beautiful.
I mean, Odin was banging it.
So yeah, and then so she steals away, the new wife essentially, and so now the Valkyrie has to go save her. So it's good stuff. It's interesting. Like I said, it mostly is like gray tones, brown tones, but it still works pretty good. They should add a little cherry to those nips, but that's all right. No, what are you gonna do? No.
Yeah, it sounds like it's a fantastic book.
It is. It's brilliant, man. Like that's why I love going to the comic book shop with my wife, because she actually picks out some solid comics. So it's like it's good to get it like an outside person's perspective. They do kind of judge stuff from the covers, but also visually and like read some inside stuff. And yeah, so strong buy, contender. Yeah.
Ooh, we'll put it with the contender box.
Yeah.
All right, so we got some Darth Vader
Nooch Vader.
Nooch Vader?
Yeah.
Nooch Vader. Number 2.
Charles Soule's a writer. Giuseppe Camuncoli as pencils. Cam Smith on inks. David Curiel as colors. Yes.
And we continued the whole thing with Vader trying to...
So Vader found his ship, so he left. Like there is a jump ahead in this. So there is that you're kind of... Yeah. I was a little lost at first, especially because it starts off and it's actually the space station of these
clone troopers,
and they're going through the Jedi artifacts and stuff, which is weird that what's his name doesn't have this stuff. Palpatine.
Yeah.
Well, Vader shows up and they're like, "Hey, that vehicle's unregistered and stuff." And then the droid's like, "Hey, I have the codes. I have the codes. I have the codes." And he's like, "No." He destroys them. He shows up. He's just taking them out. They think he's a Jedi, which I think is fueling his rage even more. Because he takes one of the lightsabers, and that's...
Well, he tries to deflect all these shots.
And he gets grazed.
And then he gets pissed and grabs a lightsaber and starts murking these guys.
They chuck an explosive, and he uses the Force to focus. And they're like, oh, he's a Jedi. He can only focus on one thing at a time. And he's like, I'm no Jedi. And he, like, Force chokes him while he's controlling that explosive, but he's also losing control. So, yeah, he has to evacuate the ship, but at the same time, he was there to get information to find out about, like, there's this thing, apparently, like, the Jedi have this thing that's similar to the Quakers or whatever, the Amish, where they, where they go out into the real world and they kind of just, like, they don't get involved with stuff, and it's kind of like their own, like, sort of vision quest to, like, bring to eventually come back, right?
Yeah.
And so there's one, and he's never come back, and they're like, oh, he used to just fight. Like, that was his thing. He's like, he's just a fighter.
Yeah, that's all he does.
So they're like, that's his next one. And it looks like it's going to be sick.
Yeah. How about you do a visual code here, buddy?
Oh, no doubt. So, yeah, strong buy contender, even though I was a little lost at first. I
didn't care.
It didn't even matter, really.
This was a beast book. You're going to get right up on it, man.
Let's see is that close enough? It's so blurry. It's hard to do this. So I don't know if I got it. Let me see if I don't know. It's tough. It's a tough one to get because it won't focus.
Focus. There it goes. So flip that around.
Boom, you got that focus.
Yeah. Yeah, you flip that around, and it was amazing.
It was a strong buy, so. Contender. It was a contender. It was a contender.
It's got a possible bag and smell going on to it.
Forget about it, huh?
All right, next up you got some Achi.
Achi 21. It's Over the Edge Part 2. So this one ends with ending like the ending of the last one. Real quick, just one quick image. Didn't think anything of it. Then it goes Jughead and Food Dude, and it's talking about how Pops is like, hey, man, you've ran up a tab that's too much. And he's like, all right, well, let me do something. Let me do dishes, or let me do, the waiter, the cooking. And he's like, no, I'm great at all these things. And he's like, all right, fine, I'll let you wait. And he sucks at waiting tables. He just like, he doesn't listen to anybody. He's like, he just does burgers for everybody, and he just ruins it. And then he like gives people, like, he says stuff, and then he gets a text, he jets, or something like that, or a call. And then there's Raj and Creature Teacher. He wants to make a movie with this girl at the house on the weekend, and it's closed. The principal is there. The principal finds out. He's like, he sneaks up on them, scares them. Same thing. They get like, he gets a message, and then he leaves, and he's like, hey, just fix, clean up. Veronica. Then there's Veronica in Purple Passion. She's trying to get this car. The dad already got it for her, but he's like, prove that you're a lodge to get this vehicle. She doesn't know he already got it for her though. And then same thing. She gets a thing, and then he jets. Then there's Dilton Doily with Moose, and he's making this thing to like make him smarter and stuff. It's not really working. Same thing. He gets a message. He jets, and it's to the hospital because someone is in the hospital, and it is Betty, and she's in a very bad way.
Ooh.
So
it's drama.
Yes, drama. It seemed like all fun and games the whole way through until you get the end. So it hits you. It takes you by surprise. It's like,
because you're seeing all these stories, and you're like all getting the same text message and gone.
Right, and I didn't really connect it from the previous story, and so I just was like, oh, these are just cheesy one shots. I was like, oh, they'll lead into something in the next issue, I guess. No, nope. It was at the end of this one, and it's intense. So yeah,
hurting the feels.
Yeah, it was crazy. So I'm gonna have to give this one a strong buy. The way that it was done, I feel like it definitely deserves a contender. Just because at first I was like, but like recovering it was brilliantly done.
Okay, well, we're halfway done with this thing, and look at that stack of contenders we got so far. I mean, that's amazing so far. But it's time for a commercial break, and we're going to talk to you about Santa Fe Comic-Con.
Yes, which is October 20th through 22nd, 2017, at the Buffalo Thunder Resort and Casino, which is a phenomenal resort.
Santa Fe's place to play thunder.
Thank you. But we have the guests we have are Marina Sirtis. She's
that's in it
from Star Trek Next Gen.
Deanna Troy.
Yes, Deanna Troy. Amy Jo Johnson.
A to the double J.
And JDF.
Yeah, Jason David Frank. Batting the sun.
They were actually the ones that made a cameo in the new Power Ranger movie.
And considering that Amy wasn't even at the premiere, it's kind of weird.
Then there's Kane, the wrestler Kane. I think, also the wrestler Lita.
Yes.
I think they've added another wrestler, Rey Mysterio. I want to say they added Rey Mysterio Jr., unless that was for Albuquerque Comic Con. I'm not sure. But either way, that's
You mean
cool.
the Wizard World Albuquerque?
No.
Because I don't even know anything about Wizard World.
So, neither do I. Colin Baker, who played one of the doctors from Doctor Who.
Yeah, I heard he's a really good doctor, too. I've heard a lot of good things about Colin Baker.
Then there's Tim Rose, who did Admiral Akbar.
Yep.
And then Bob Elmore, which looks like Frankenstein. And then we have Kellen Goff, Andy Field from Five Nights at Freddy's. And then comic book guests Bob Layton, John Lucas, Francesco, Andy Kuhn, David Williams, David Harrigan. And then we had Rich Buckler in the comics. He recently passed away, but he used to come to a lot of these conventions. So it's sad to see him pass. And he was a phenomenal artist back in the day, Yeah. Or just period. But showtimes are Friday, 4 p.m. to 8 p.m., Saturday, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m., Sunday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. VIP ticket holders get in 1 hour early. Hotel room rates for Buffalo Thunder at City is Gold. Comics Festival and Film Festival, Cosplay Encourage, 150 dealers, space is available if you're a dealer.
Yeah. I know my buddy Andy will probably be there. He was there last year.
Friday passes are $20. Saturday passes are $30. Sunday pass is $25. 3-day pass $60. VIP passes. See the website for pricing. Kids 8 and under are free. Kids 9 to 13, $5. So
maybe.
Yeah, check it out. I mean, we had a blast last year. I think we're gonna have even more fun. We're already set up. I need to set up for the interviews though. I don't want to do it too soon, but I don't want to do it too late because I'm like, if I set it up too soon, I'm worried that they're gonna forget or something like that, or it's gonna fall through the cracks. You know what I mean?
Follow up, man.
So yeah, that's true. So, but I need to send an email to them about getting an interview. I probably with everyone really
as much as we can.
Because I'm old school wrestling fan. I love Lita.
I remember
love Kane. Me and my brother used to call it. We were because there was a time when Kane and Undertaker teamed up because they used to hate each other a lot, and then they teamed up as a tag team, and they were called the Brothers of Destruction. We used to call ourselves the Brothers of Destruction because we used to break everything, and because we were into wrestling and we would wrestle each other a lot, and then we would fight with other people.
I take it that you messed up your brother's face.
No, actually, I did not. He got into a really bad car accident. I just said that.
Okay.
But yeah, he has this horrible swollen black eye from a car accident. It flipped, but thank God he's still up and around and everything. Yeah,
he's healing.
He is. I was there to watch his stitches get taken out and stuff. Nice. I was there holding his hand. Which when he was laying down, I put his hands in like the funeral position, but because it was a coffin match and I won. No,
but yeah, last year we went to Santa Fe Comic-Con. It was my first con with this guy right here, and it was fun. We had so much fun. And if you have any ideas for what you want us to do, any questions, anything, like if you want us to do I want to do wrestling trash talk videos, that'll be a lot of fun. Yeah, it was fun last time we did it.
So yeah, it was, and I want to do more. Hopefully, I want to get a wrestling belt and just do cheesy wrestling stuff around the whole place, where we pin people and we do the count, and then people will pin me or us or something, and they can get the belt, and then we'll just do fun stuff, that's it. It's a big open space, there's big halls, so it's perfect for just doing crazy fun stuff like that, and it's surprising because it's a small one, but it's such a great place, and the food's really good. Oh man,
gosh,
they have great the restaurant, great chimichangas.
The great dessert.
So Deadpool's, go get those chimichangas. I kind of want to do a DP just because he's so out of control. I know I can do crazy stuff there. So, but I'm not sure because I definitely want to do the White Power Ranger.
I have my ideas.
But you have the long hair, so I feel like we could do white and green maybe, which would be cool too if we covered both. I kind of want to get my White Power, Green Power shirt signed by him, but I'm like, it's a new shirt and it's really cool, so I don't know. Or just get the White Power Ranger outfit signed by him because I probably won't wear it if he signs it ever again, which I have done that with a N7 shirt. I had a lot of N7 characters sign my shirt, so I don't wear it anymore. But anyways, that's cool stuff. That's the kind of cool stuff that you can do at these conventions, get them to sign stuff like that for you. Most of them don't charge and stuff like that. And if they do, just buy a print and then they're happy to do it for you anyways. So that's really cool, get pictures with them and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that one, especially JDF. He's won, him and Amy Jo.
I wonder if we can get Amy Jo to sing for us, man. Flat out, man. I mean, she's a great artist.
She
can sing.
Yeah, if you want to, go for it. Yeah, let's try it. I want her to sing A Whole New World with me. I don't know why.
I thought it would be I Want to Hold Your Hand by the Beatles.
Ooh, that's a good one. That is a good one. Thank you for the idea, and I love that song, and I love the Beatles. So brilliant. Yeah. So we're just more ideas. Send us your ideas. Yeah, this is where I know, I feel it. Right in right in
on
here
the fields.
We're gonna have fun. I feel it. We're gonna have get more ideas.
I'm working my tail off to try and get some PTO.
And Mason usually we'll have him throw some ideas with his awesome filming and stuff.
Yes.
He put out. Well, we'll talk about that at the end probably.
Yeah, cool.
So yeah. So check it out. Go to Santa Fe Comic-Con.com to check out all that stuff. 20th through the 22nd.
Yep. So back to the comics. Right.
All right.
There you go, buddy.
To some Ritzy Bix. It's all new Guardians of the Galaxy number 4, writer Jerry Dugan, artist Aaron Cooter, color artist Izvorsina.
Wait, this guy's name is Aaron Cooter?
Yeah.
Okay, just wanted to double check.
Awesome. So they've been caught by the collector, and he's like, they're questioning about Grandmaster, and Star-Lord's like, oh, Grandmaster Flash? Like, he's just, no. And then Rocket, like, he's like, I don't care, I'll give him up. And then he blows his head off. And he's like, it doesn't matter, he's not alive. Well, he grows his head back, and then he's like, oh, look, let me take this little weapon from you. Oh, the weapon has an explosive device on it. So then they run for it. Then he has this giant army, and they try to be like, hey, he's just, making you guys do this and stuff. They're trying to, and it doesn't work. They run for it. They unleash these monsters that they have on their pursuers and stuff. And then Gamora, they actually get caught up, and then Gamora's like, I make this deal with you and stuff. And she's like, I'm going to kill all of your freaking duplicates and stuff. Or you can help me because I'm looking for the soul gem. And she's like, well, I know you don't have it. And she's like, I'll give you this fake egg, and stuff to give to the Grandmaster and stuff. And then Groot kind of like slaps Rocket, and he's like, for everything I've done for you, how dare you?
I am Groot.
And then you see it's more of this Groot stuff that grown, like this guy finds those field of little evil Groots, yeah, and stuff. And they keep on doing that teaser. I feel like it's just a little, and it's leading up to something good. It was a lot of fun. It was funny. I love the art. It's really good. It's going great, and it makes sense like why they had the previous issue before. So, it's
with the Soul Stone and whatnot.
Yes. So it is a strong buy and a contender.
It's a contender.
So here's a digital code to read off for you. F for Familia, Z for Zora, and for Marcos, W for Huerita, 2, K for Kilo, 4, 1, K for Kilo, W for Huerito, S for Señorita, Q for Quintana.
Next up, we have Darth Maul, number 4.
Darth Maul, number 4, yes. Cullen Bunn writes.
Luke
Ross, artist.
Nolan Woodard.
Colors.
Raphael Albuquerque. Quakey.
Yes.
He did the cover art.
So they're crashed on this planet, or the moon of...
Before we even start, let's just show this cover, because this is an awesome freaking cover. I mean, I love how the colors clash. You have the red saber, the blue saber. You have the blue text on this left side where it's red. You have the red text here on the right side where it's blue. I mean, the clash between the Twi'lek and the Zabrak. So great. Raphael, great job.
Cover of the week, possibly?
We should probably try and do that, man.
Yeah, covers. We used to do cover of the week, panel of the week, spread of the week.
I think we'll just stick with it.
But it was time consuming, so
let's just do it.
Or it was a separate video.
We'll start that next week.
Yeah.
Anyway.
If we have time, sure, whatever. So yeah, they're crash landed on the moon of Drazkel. They're getting hunted by all these people. She's trying to make like bids for it, like, hey, you got to pay to get in on it and stuff. And they're like, she's like, hey, let me loose, so I can help you and stuff. And so that happens, and they fight him off. And he's actually like kind of impressed with her, because he's like, she has no fear. She's pretty feisty. Yeah. And we have what's his name? That the Aura Singh and
Cad Bane.
I love his voice from the show. Yeah. I just hear that voice and stuff, and it works so great. They set him up like, what is it? Bantha fodder. I don't know. Yeah, we'll just say that or something.
Bantha poodoo.
So, but it's just awesome. And then, I don't know, I think they're going to face off in the next issue.
That's what they're advertising for the next issue, is a confrontation between Maul and this Padawan. So, yes, it will be a pre-Phantom Menace Duel of the Fates, I guess. I mean, we know who wins. We know for a fact who wins, because this happens before the Phantom Menace. We know that she doesn't slice him in half. What's the point of this comic, other than to tell an awesome story?
What was the point of Rogue One?
Well, good point.
It's pretty much more or less the same thing. So strong buy?
Strong buy.
I feel like it's a contender too. Like it's really solid.
Amazing artwork. I love this artwork. So I'll read this digital code off to you. It is I for Ignacio, 3, A for Alejandro, 6, J for Juanito, I for Ignacio, D for
Diego.
There we go. 8, X is in Xavier, Q for Quintana, and W for Warito. There we go.
It's time for your...
It's time for the dick
dosage of dick. Yes.
Dick book of the week.
Nightwing number 23. It's $2.99. Tim Seeley is the writer. Min-Kyu Jung as the artist. Chris Sotomayor as color artist. And so this guy that they explained the backstory of Blockbuster.
Yeah, the whole Desmond thing.
Which this guy is the brother. He's the younger brother, and he's
like, oh, I'm smart.
He's like, I made the serum better so that I'm in control. I don't get dumb when I, like bust out. And then there's this girl that got sold, and she's a robot. She's attacking people.
Yeah, and Dick kind of hands it to her or sticks a fork in her.
Yes.
Sticks a forklift in her.
Oh. And then what's her name's sad because he didn't get the job because he was so busy with
his girlfriend
superheroing. Yeah. And then he goes out on this thing because that guy said he would partner up with him. He goes and big surprise.
Double cross.
Yep. And he's gonna. So they're all these villains face him off with these weapons that Tiger Shark is bringing in. Looks great. It's superb. I love it. Trouble in Paradise. It's just phenomenal all the way through.
It's a good book. Consistently pick it up.
Yeah, strong buy contender. I love my dick, and it's going great. Actually, Tiger Shark was also mentioned in All-Star Batman. So
kind of tying in together.
Maybe, kinda.
We'll see.
Yeah. So
the dick book of this week was amazing. Or it's a dick pic.
Yeah. Can I get a dick pic too?
Alrighty. Next up, you have some $20.99.
Spider-Man 2099. You missed it. It's
know.
Peter David as the writer, Will Sliney as artist, Rochelle Rosenberg as color artist. So it's Spider-Man 29, another Spider-Man 29, and it's Tempest. And they're fighting off like this horde, and it turns out that like Pokemon app was turning them into like mindless, so they control them, and so that's why there's like a city of people attacking them. They're able to turn it off and stuff, and so they're actually in the present time, so they get help from the other spider people because they're making these people drown themselves by jumping off the docks. So they web all the docks and stuff. It's really cool. You have Miles, you have Silk, you have Peter. All of them are there to do this. And then what's her name comes in, Lila, to stop her. That AI, to stop her. And figure out where she is and stuff. And they go after her. Even this female Captain America, the 29 Captain America. She's helping. She's awesome. And it turns out that this lady is a lady from Greek mythology.
Ooh.
And she gets help from the Vulture. He's not an old man, though. And then they talk about like who this other Spider-Man 2099 is. And then you find out that in the future, there is no Miguel.
Ooh.
So this other Spider-Man is somebody else. And they're like, okay, so what do we like? But he doesn't want to know his fate because he doesn't want to mess with the timeline. He's
already messed with the timeline. He's in 2017.
Well, but he's trying to fix it though. He's trying to fix it because he's kind of like
he's stuck in 2017.
Yeah. So it's brilliant. I love it. It's just fantastic. Strong buy contender. I love it. It's great. And here's the digital code. 1, Z for Zorro, U for Uganda, T for Tank, K for Kill, 9, W for Wesker, 0, 9 for Nova, Q for Quill, 2, Q for Quill.
All right, next up we have some Super Sons. Number what, 5?
Super Sons. Yep, number 5. It's $3.99. This one has a digital code.
And it is written by Peter J. Tomasi. Allison Borges did the art. Hi-Fi is the colorist, and Rob Lee did the letters.
So the Sons are both grounded.
Grounded.
Robin can't go out on patrol. Jonathan, he's doing chores, but he's not allowed to use powers, so he's in trouble. He just gets pissed, tears his clothes off, and runs away.
And he's like, I don't want to move. I don't want to move.
Yeah, and he goes to see Damien, and Damien's like, quit being so whiny and stuff. And
they fight and get into trouble, and then dads show up.
Yeah, well, Alfred's like, your dads used to fight a lot too. And then they eventually got along, and they're like, really? And then eventually their dads both show up. My favorite, though, has to be the part where he's like, what do you think would happen if we fought? And he's like, who do you think would win?
Me.
And he's like, but I'm way stronger than you.
Me. That was amazing. I love
he's
that.
like, I think your cowl's too tight. But there is I don't know, it was weird. It's weird / interesting. Batman looks oddly normal in this.
I don't like the yellow emblem or outline of his symbol on his suit in this. That's the only visual thing I don't like about this comic.
And then the end, they're gonna go
out on patrol
on a mission together.
And supposedly in the next issue they'll meet the Titans. So we'll see how that works and if Jonathan becomes a Titan soon.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a strong buy. It's a contender. I enjoyed the hell out of it. I thought it was amazing.
Yeah, me too. Strong buy and contender for me as well.
All right, so let's actually do a visual one on this one, man.
A video. Go ahead, try it. It's smaller text, so good luck.
All right.
You got it. You got it. It's there. You
got
it. And it's yours.
And it's yours.
Right on.
All right. Next up, we got some X-Men.
Gold.
Yeah.
Mutant Ex Machina. It's number 6. Techno Superior Part 3. Writer Mark Guggenheim. Penciler R.B. Silva. Inker Adriano Di Benedetto. Colorist Frank Martin. Andrew Crossley.
And we get a surprise visit from Franklin Richards. Like the future Franklin Richards. That was just amazing right there for me.
I didn't even know that was him.
Yeah.
And this one's so great because it focuses on Rachel Gray Prestige, which I felt like they needed to, and this really brought her to the forefront. You see the whole city fighting
the nano.
The whole city. We have Daredevil. We have everyone in Deadpool. We have everyone in New York helping.
Miss Marvel.
Yeah, it's crazy. This is how comics used to be, where it didn't lead up to a big event and you didn't have this crossover. You could just have other heroes in it. Sometimes it did have, like a crossover thing, but it would just be like 1 or 2 issues. It wouldn't be like this huge halting thing that would alter their thing. And if it did, it was just like a one-shot type thing. This is done brilliantly. I love how they all work together. How Kitty Pryde has this giant weapon like Cable. There's this other guy though that's wearing a mask. I don't know.
He's an enigma at this point in time. I didn't see anything about him in that book.
But this is, like I said, it's about Prestige, and she's not unleashing her full power, and she's afraid.
Yeah, and then she goes beast mode. I mean, she straight up goes beast mode.
Because she goes beast mode. She's like, I don't want to turn into my father. I don't want to turn to my mother. I don't want to turn into the Phoenix. Even though the Phoenix was kind of good to her because it saved her, they're all like losing in a bad way. They're all getting messed up by this Sentinel. And until she comes in and then she messes him up, continues to just be great storytelling as well as great characterization. Everyone is still really spot on. Colossus looks like he's in the worst way possibly though. But there is something going on with her as well, with Rachel Prestige.
Look at her eyes, man. Have you seen the images in her eyes in this last panel?
Yes.
I mean, there's Nova in there, or at least it looks like Nova.
You have Gen X.
Yep.
America.
You've got, it's like Spidey and then maybe a Ronin.
It's craziness.
I mean, there's a lot of stuff in her eyes.
Yeah, and even at the end, at the post cleanup, it looks like there's
a nano sentinel left.
Yeah, but also there's this girl that looks like she's one of the Runaways, the youngest one. That has like super strong, and she's a mutant. So I don't know if she's gonna come into play or not, or if they're just if that's her or not either.
So
yeah,
we'll pick it up again in 2 weeks because when the next issue comes out. It was a strong buy. It's a contender. Man, we've been just getting nothing but knocking it out of the park books this week, man.
For sure. It's amazing. I love it. Strong buy and contender. And here's the digital code. F for Familia, Z for Zorro, M for Marcos, F for Familia, S for Señor, 5, 6, E for Iluterio, 7, 8, U for, I don't know, it's you.
You. All right. I picked up Weapons of Mutant Destruction #1.
Oh, I missed it. I did read the previous issue. I will pick it up.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, written by Greg Peck. Muhammad Asar is the artist.
Mahmoud Asrar?
Yeah, Mahmoud Asar. Nolan Woodard is the colorist, and Joe Kamadin, is the letterer. Dude, it's literally just, Old Man Logan and the team kind of getting together, and they're fighting each other. They can heal, so they're just like, okay, we're just gonna slash each other and have fun with it. They kind of target practicing around. I did not know that Sabretooth had adamantium in him. Not a clue.
I didn't know either. They said that, and I was like, when did that happen?
I don't know when it happened, but evidently it's a thing because it shot him in the head, and they're like, oh yeah, they got just 5 killers, and their people are brutal, and then they got Amadeus. He's just a kid.
Yes.
So they're like, okay, well, we're gonna get the tracker, the Wolverine, Old Man Logan. I'm gonna keep an eye on Sabretooth, so I can keep him in check. You, Amadeus, you keep an eye on Deathstrike and make sure she doesn't go too far. And then he tells Deathstrike, there's another reason, I can't remember what it was. Hold on, it's written here. Here, come on. I need someone with him that knows how to do what needs to be done if something needs to be done. Someone is going to kill if need be. Sorry it took me so long. But anyway, they're tracking these the source of these little robot things or whatnot. And it's subtlety from Amadeus. And he does the little espionage thing. They're creating some Hulks, some Wolverine Hulks.
Wolverine, Sabretooth, Warpath, Domino, Hulk. That sounds terrifying. I can't wait to read it.
And it looks amazing. I can't wait.
Mahmoud is one of my favorite current artists.
The next issue that the story is going to be continuing is Totally Awesome Hulk #20. I will definitely pick it up because this is a great storyline. I like where this is going with the characters. This is what I want out of my Wolverine solo comics.
I'll skip it if it's Greg Pak writing it. I don't know though. I'll skim it. I'll skim it and see. So, what do you give it?
Strong buy. Not quite a contender, but a strong buy.
Not quite a contender. Uh-oh.
Because it felt like it was missing something. Maybe it was just plot and exposition. It really did just feel like it was missing something.
All right, cool.
What you got there?
It's Hombre de Agua, #25, Aquaman. You read it?
Negative.
Dude, you totally missed out. So there's been a preview of this book.
I heard there was like a time skip.
There's a preview of this all of the other DC books. And it's like, wow, you guys are really pushing this book. And it looks beautiful. I didn't read it because I was like, I'm getting the book, no doubt. So, but it's Dan Abnett as the writer. And then we have Stepan Sejic
as the art
as the artist. Yeah. Who does everything.
And then Juan's did the letters.
So this book is absolutely stunning, beautiful, gorgeous, awesome.
And it's big.
It's just spectacular. So it's like just taking to the next step. Anyways, this new king's like, I want all the magical items, and we're going to become, like this super power in the world again. And then you see there's Volko, and he has like a secret meeting in this like bottom of the pits. Yes, there is a time jump. It's been like weeks, maybe even months, because they thought that Aquaman was dead. And they're
referring to him as like a legend from what I was.
There's a ghost. Yeah, they're like, there's Aquaman, the ghost. And so they're like, oh yeah, I had a teammate on the Justice League. He wouldn't reveal his face and he would stay in the dark. And so that's what he did. He would use like the sea to attack, to attack people. And he was helping out that way. And Mira's all depressed and stuff. She has been for a while.
And she's with Tula.
Not sexually.
No, I mean, she's like in the lighthouse with Tula.
Yes. And Merc, they're talking about Merc, how he murked him and stuff, and they're find out about this Aquaman and stuff. He does end up revealing himself to protect the people, and so I kind of wish they would have made us wait at least one more issue to reveal him. You know what I mean? I feel
build
like
suspense.
Build the suspense a little more. It's awesome, and the suspense that they did build was done really well.
And then when word about Arthur's return comes back, Mara jumps into action.
Yes, but it looks like there's someone that might come between them. Yeah, this was freaking so great. This is awesome. I love the way this is going. It's superb. And I can't wait to see if the people unite behind him to have him become the king again. It'll be great. I can't wait to see it. But visually, it's probably the best art this week. It looks so freaking great. Strong by contender without a doubt.
No doubt. All right, next up you have some Arrow.
It's an Exercise anniversary issue. It's Green Arrow. Yeah, Broken Arrow. 25, $3.99. Benjamin Percy as the writer has been this entire time. Otto Schmidt, art and color, has been doing art on and off. And so they actually have these two detectives. They're grilling him. They're grilling Oliver and stuff. And he's like, lawyer. And they're like, we're going to make an example out of you because,
lawyer.
Yeah. And so then Black Canary, she's dealing with the poor people that are getting cleaned out and stuff. Apparently they're getting taken under. There's these underworld creatures, that are taking them and stuff. Emmy's there to break him out. And he's like, I'm not leaving. I have to deal with this and get my identity back. Then you see also there's a thread going on with Malcolm Merlin and Diggle. And I think it might roll into how he's going to have him show up to prove that he's innocent, since he's the one that actually killed that lady that think he killed, and that's why he's in prison right now. Fife also reveals himself. Henry Fife reveals himself to Oliver because Oliver goes to apologize to his mom, and she's like, apologize about what? He's doing great, and he's made all this money and stuff.
I just called to say.
And then Oliver and Black Canary team up, but she's pissed at him because of what he's done. And everything like that. He got bailed out. Someone's helping him, and he's actually gonna go on the road to get help because the Ninth Circle is trying to take over the
globe.
Yes.
Didn't we just deal with the Ninth Circle about maybe 3 months ago?
Yeah, but it was cut really quick.
Oh.
So it was cut short and it was really quick, and now we know why. And then they have this teaser, special sneak preview of The American Way, which almost seems like blaxploitation and stuff of this hero. And he's like, yeah, it seems interesting.
What'd you give it?
I love it, dude. It's freaking great. It's just building so well. It's a strong buy, and it's definitely a contender. It looks superb. Everything about it is just prime, dude. We have way too many
contenders.
It's weird how sometimes we'll have just a few contenders. They just throw them all in one week and have to make it difficult for us. Anyways, next is the Ultimate Squared, number 8. And I don't even know where the credits for this are. It's Al Ewing as the writer, and then we have Cock as the Odd Cock as the artist, and then Dan Brown as color artist. I'm not making this stuff up, people. But so it's weird because they're talking about Galactus, and then Galactus, there's this backstory of Galactus, how he used to be a person or something like that. And
he's Galen is what his name was.
Yeah, it's really weird and interesting. I didn't know any of this stuff. Then he goes onto the living planet Ego, and then Ego's like, oh, you tried to kill me and stuff and siphon power from me and all this other stuff. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm not that person anymore. I'm the life bringer. And so he kind of makes this truce with them, and then apparently Ego reveals his full self too, and they're like, oh, we're gonna team up. and like create this new thing, and they kind of like combine. It's really weird and trippy. And then at the end you have like the evil Reed Richards teaming up with who's the Eternal or whatever that is the red one or whatever, or he's always trying to, like mess things up and change things. Like he hates like any mutation, so he's always trying to like.
Are you talking about the high evolutionary?
High evolutionary. Boom. I knew you would know it. So yeah, it's totally out there. It's totally nuts. It's totally weird, but I totally love it. And this, like I'll say it and I'll keep saying it. This may not be for everyone, but it is for me. I really like this stuff a lot. And it's really interesting how Reed Richards is now getting in on it. So
Ultimate
yeah,
Reed.
Ultimate Reed Richards. Ultimate. Yes. So, it's a strong buy, but I don't feel like it's quite a contender. So,
geez, what we got, like 3 books that are not contenders this week so far?
Yeah, it's crazy. Here's a digital code. G for
George
Jones, 0, Z for Zarbon, V for Vegeta, C for Cell, 1, N for
Nappa.
Yes, W for
Weiss,
yes. I for Indigo. I don't know. 1 and another I for Indigo, and then 1.
I can't think of a Dragon Ball.
We tried. I know. We need to print those lists out that your wife made for us.
Yeah.
Anyways, next, I actually was gonna. I thought I stopped picking this up because I think I missed the previous issue, but I'm not sure. Or maybe this is my last one that I've ordered. But I'm not sure now because it's so good. It's Invincible. It's Invincible Iron Man #8. BMB writing, right? Brian Michael Bendis, Stefano Caselli as artist, Marte Gracia as color artist. Yes, and it's Riri. There's flashbacks to her when she was a little girl, and she's like, "Oh, I want to be an astronaut." And she's like, "Aren't you going to tell me that I can't be an astronaut?" And she's like, "No, there's been a female astronaut before." And she's like, "Well, I need to be inspired to do something if you tell me I can't do it." And she's like, "Fine, you'll never be Tony Stark." And she's like, "Fine, I'm going to be better than Tony Stark." And then it leads into this. There's this explosion at this this museum and stuff, and so she goes there. She does her own like scans and stuff. SHIELD is there. They let her in to do her thing, and it turns out it's Lucia Van Bades. And so they're like, "Hey, we can't get involved with this because we're SHIELD because there's no hardcore proof, but you have enough proof, so you can take the fight to her." So she shows up. Oh, before that, Lady Octopus attacks her. And she's like, "You're pathetic because your name has lady in it. Like you could just be Octopus or, something else like that and stuff." And also there's this part where she has a talk with that lady astronaut on the phone. Like her best friend sets up a phone call for her birthday. She's like, "I hate birthdays. Birthdays are stupid." And she's like, "Well, what about this?" So, but yeah, it ends in Lucia Van Bades. So that's the next issue. And so I'm like, damn it, I might have to get the next issue because that's a great teaser, dude.
Yeah.
That's a phenomenal teaser. So here's a digital code. Let's see if I can do this one as a visual.
Go, sir. Enhance. There you go. Look how pretty that is. Flip it, turn it around.
Boom.
Turn it around, flip it, and reverse it.
Yes, that's a strong buy contender right there.
All right, next up we got Superman.
I didn't think you would read this one, so I made sure I read this one because it was about.
It was just the conclusion to the Black
Manchester Black. It's Superman #25 through 99. Patrick Gleason and Peter J. Tomasi as story. Doug Mahnke and Patrick Gleason on pencils.
See, we had Black Superboy last time.
Mendoza, Mick Gray, Joe Prado, Ray McCarthy, Scott Hanna, Matt Santorelli as inkers, Will Quintana, and Sean Calise as colors. That's a lot on there. But they keep up pretty solid consistency considering. You can see at certain times certain artists, but still.
There's a fight between Manchester Black and all these little minion things that he's got going on. And Superboy Black. And he is pimp. I mean, Superboy Black picks up the pimp hand and smacks everybody. I mean, he is going to town. This is the Superboy I want to see without Black. I want to see this is the Superboy. Because, I mean, he flies. He's got heat vision. He's got the breath. I mean, he is Superman an 11-year-old body, or whatever he's, however he is, and he is kicking ass. He beats up Batman. He beats up Damian. He beats up, the Agents of Shade. The Frankenstein's Bride. He whoops up on Daddy a little bit. I mean, it is awesome.
Yeah, it's sad and it's scary and it's intense and it's emotional. But when his mom shows up and says his full name, it pulls him out of it. It pulls him out, and he's like, "Oh," because he thought his mom's leg was broken.
Jonathan Samuel Kent.
And even Manchester Black, his consciousness is sent into something else.
Like a cow, I think?
Yeah, a cow at the end that these kids end up tipping. And there's the elite. They end up going like, hey, we have nowhere to go. Can we stay here and like help rebuild? So he's like, all right, fine. Trust is a two-way road, and I'll let you guys stay here. And
then we get this beautifully drawn image of Jonathan and what was her name again? Karen.
Starts with a K, I think.
Karen? I want to say it was Karen. But them flying, where Jonathan is flying her in the air. The classic whole
Kathy.
Kathy guy. So the classic whole holding hands and flying thing.
And he's singing the Aladdin song to her.
Oh, new.
So, yeah, I think there's going to be, I don't know if like the last part with the cow was meant to just be like, hey, that's a funny joke, or if it's going to eventually come back.
Yeah.
I feel like this was a solid story arc because I knew who Manchester Black and the Elites were because of that animated movie. I understood. But I feel like if you haven't seen that movie, you didn't read those comics, you have no idea.
No clue.
And even then, I feel like the biggest problem is they should have had like this huge prelude of...
They should have had one issue explaining who Manchester Black was.
And the Elites.
And what the hell was going on.
And why he has beef with Superman and why he's doing all this and stuff like that. And it kind of gets doled out throughout, but still I felt like that's the only thing that could have been done better throughout this. I think it was bloody brilliant, mate. It was fantastic. I give it a strong buy and a contender, but like I said, it could have been better, at least the beginning, So yeah. We still have one more book.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got
still have one more.
Yeah, you got one more book.
I got one more book. It is Trinity number 10. It's $3.99. So this does have a digital code. And it's Francis Manapul story art colors cover even. And so you have these crazy monsters that have taken over Aquaman, and they're attacking Flash and Batman while they're trying to get Cyborg to the pods to revive him. Art is absolutely beautiful and magnificent. I don't know. This might be the best art. I'm not sure. No, I think the other one is. But this is obviously a close second. Wonder Woman and Superman are talking to this thing that's like, hey, we have to kill all these things. And he explains his story like, oh, we were this scientist planet. We don't have emotions. But this, we found this creature and it started taking over everything. It's a parasite and stuff. But then they kind of shock Aquaman out of it and it reveals his head. And he's like, hey, we have to help these things. And they're like, what? This is weird. And then this other thing attacks once they get to the pods. Man, it's just super intense. Superman's trying to do things. And then the Lanterns, they're helping, even though they're like taken over by this parasite. And then Wonder Woman, she gets taken over by the queen of this parasite. It's super intense. It's really awesome. I can't wait to read the next one. Yeah, strong buy.
Is it?
You ought to know.
Is it a contender?
It is a contender.
Oh, man.
Here's a digital code. DC for Detective Comics 417. V for Victor 1. K for Kill 1. D for Detective. Q for Quinn.
All right. So
Queen.
Everybody that's checking this out on video or whatnot, dude, look at this freaking stack.
Oh my God.
That's a big freaking stack of contenders and possible back and bags of the week. We got a lot to choose from, my friend.
We do have a lot to choose from.
I mean, I've got mine all picked out. So, first off, I've got to give a special mention to Darth Vader number 2 because, man, this is turning out to be an amazing comic. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers number 16, amazing book. Pick these two up again, but they didn't make my back and bag of the week. My runner-up was Peter Parker, The Spectacular Spider-Man numero uno. Amazing book. I loved it. It was fantastic. This is how I want my Spider-Man. My back and bag of the week, Iceman #2. Oh my gosh, this is turning out to be like my favorite series. I don't know why I like it so much. Maybe it's because Bobby's actually, becoming a relatable person, or just you can see the real life, stuff behind what's going on in the issues and stuff. But oh my goodness, that's Iceman. Great job, team. What you got, buddy?
What do I have? You know what? I'm going to have to go with Peter Parker, The Spectacular Spider-Man #1 by Chip Zdarsky, Adam Kubert, and Jordi Belair as my runner-up. Okay. It was wordy, but as you know, I love that. I love wordy. Yeah. I love the old school comics that are super wordy. If there's a lot on the page. I do kind of feel like Spider-Man kind of sucks as a friend, though.
He's lame.
But that's because his busyness as, like a new Playboy now and stuff.
And we can't worry about we got to find out what's going on when he sees dirt.
But I have to go with, for my back and bag of the week, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers #16, because it just was this epic conclusion. I love the way that it was done with like Billy starting at the beginning, and then how it like went back and forth, and then the armor and just all of it. Like
it's an amazing climax.
The black, what's his name?
The Black Dragon.
Black Dragon, like Lord Dracon, all of it. I can't wait to see what comes more, because they have that teaser at the end. That I'm going to spoil it. Lord Dracon, I think he gets teleported to their current universe and timeline. So I'm like, he's gonna
come back up.
Yeah, at some point in some way, shape, or form. So yeah, it was just so epic. And it's been a long time coming, and it worked out perfectly. It was everything I could have wanted for the conclusion and more. So yeah, that's why it's my back and bag of the week. So many solid books, though. It was really hard to pick. Yeah. It really was. So yeah, tell us what your back and bag of the week is. As well as what you thought of any of these books, especially the ones that you got for digital codes.
Yeah, tell us if you got any of the video codes and how you like that.
If you don't like that, if it was too hard, then we won't do it. We just thought we would try to make something exclusive just for the people that watch the video.
I mean, what we might end up doing is just start taking pictures and posting on social media, randomly during the podcast. I mean, that may be a solution.
Or take a picture with our phone, and then I don't know if that would work better or not. I don't know. Find a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. Yeah, and then flip it so it's easier to read too. So that might be an option. But yeah, tell us what you want us to do for 300. We have 300 climbing up on us. So give us any suggestions. We'll probably do a Q&A for sure. We'll probably do like a recap too, like our history about comics. We'll probably do, just stuff like that. So
some brews, man.
Yeah, for sure. Send any questions. Dude, Zima's made a comeback, so I have to get a case of Zima.
2 cases,
man. We're doing it.
We're 2 cases of Zima, dude.
If I have to, well, I think I should have. I don't know if I'll have the night off or not, but if not, I will call in or whatever. I'll take vacation for that special occasion.
Yes.
Just so
we can
get crazy, get swifty. So, like I said, tell us. You want to send in any questions? We can save them up for that, or we can. If you want to ask questions now, feel free. We'll do them every podcast if you want at the end, or we could do it just for like
the 300
for the 300, where we'll probably it'll be a separate one. It'll be like a 2-parter where we do like just us, talk about us in the podcast and stuff like that. Our rise to fame and glory, whatever. Yeah, right.
A rise to nerddom,
yeah, mostly, and any Q&A and stuff like that, any fun stuff, and then we'll probably go into, and then the second part will just be our regular
our
reviews and stuff like that. So I think that is it. Like I said, there is a video out, Mason usually edited, which is the compilation of the Star Wars trivia. I don't know if he's going to make more or not, because we did ask a lot of Star Wars trivia. There was actually a lot of people that were pretty awful at the Star Wars trivia. I felt like most of it wasn't that hard, but people were just blanking when they're put on the spot. And I personally think it's kind of more fun when they do, because
what's Darth Vader's title?
You know what I mean? Where I just like tease them, you know, and they just space. It's really funny. I think it's just fantastic. But it was a lot of fun, and we'll probably do like individual ones too. So you get the full like interview.
We'll see how it goes.
The full for each person and stuff like that. And but it's just for fun, you know. And afterwards, we always give away comics, you know, and usually some Japanese snacks because Tone Bone and I do Japanese snack videos. We need to do some more. Unfortunately, we don't have the same days off, so we haven't been able to get together.
Even we don't have the same days off anymore. This is tough. It is. So.
Yeah, it is tough scheduling this, and we're gonna be hopefully doing another like the way that I did the SabakuCon podcast, where I did like a part 1, part 2, part 3. Probably gonna do that with for Duke City Comic Con as well, where it's gonna be a 3-parter, you know. So, and because I'm supposed to do that tomorrow with Gwen, yeah, Gigi. So I was supposed to do that with her tomorrow.
Her birthday recently too. So happy belated birthday, Gigi.
Belated?
I think it was yesterday.
Oh, was it?
I think so.
Oh, I missed it then. I've been stuck at work though. I got doubled over. I got doubled over yesterday, so it's been crazy, you know. And I'm like learning new posts and positions and stuff. Yeah, learning new stuff about people and stuff like that too. Not all good. Most of it not good. So it's getting dark in here.
Yeah, it's getting all shady. It's
making sure you check out all our content, you know, especially on YouTube, Facebook. We have more videos coming, you know, gameplay. We want to do more video game stuff. So we're going to keep on trying to do that stuff. People seem to like it. So we're going to try to keep on doing
some Heroes sometime in the near future. So keep an eye out for that. And check us out on all social media.
Yes, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube.
TNTMTheShow.
Yeah, it's all website. It's all at TNTMTheShow. So make sure you talk nerdy to me. We'll talk nerdy to you. Talk nerdy to us. And
keep your eyes hungry for
comics.
Man,